Hello, and welcome to our UMBC-Shady Grove virtual undergraduate information session. My name is Erin Botker, and I am the coordinator of undergraduate recruitment here at UMBC-Shady Grove. I will be walking you through the information session today, but before we get started, I want to introduce you to the lovely faces who are on your screen. These are our peer advisory team. These are the students who, if you come to our events, you'll have the chance to meet. They'll be able to share with you more about the true UMBC Shady Grove student experience. We will go over some of our awesome events towards the end of the session. So without further ado, we'll get started with the information session. Again, my name is Erin Botker, and I'm the coordinator of undergraduate recruitment here at UMBC Shady Grove. If you would like to set up an individual appointment with me to review previous coursework and talk about the application process, you can see the link to my appointment calendar here. It is shadygrove.umbc.edu/pre-transfer. I am also available by phone and email. If you want to shoot me an email, it's erin.botker@umbc.edu, and my phone number is 240-665-6459. My role is to help incoming transfer students figure out if they're ready to transfer, and if they are, help you through the application process. So please feel free to reach out to me as a resource. I also want to give you the contact information for Abigail Granger, who is our Assistant Director of Undergraduate Recruitment and Retention. She is also available for questions, and you might see her around at some events, so I want to make sure her name is familiar to you. Her email address is argranger@umbc.edu, and her phone number is 301-738-6281. Both of us are here to make sure that your transition to UMBC Shady Grove is smooth. So please feel free to reach out to us at any point. So what are we going to talk about today? The first thing we are going to talk about is an overview of the universities at Shady Grove and how UMBC Shady Grove fits in within that framework. Then we're going to talk about what it means to prepare yourself for transfer and the transfer access programs such as TSA and R2R. We will also talk about the application deadlines and the application process, as well as financial aid and scholarships that are available to you. The universities at Shady Grove, affectionately known as USG, is a campus that's here in Rockville and is shared by 9 different University of Maryland system institutions. UMBC is one of them. There are other USM schools such as College Park, UMUC, and University of Maryland Eastern Shore, just to name a few. We all share this campus and are collaborative, which means that we share classrooms and common spaces. We do consider ourselves a full-service campus. So what does that mean? It means we have everything that you'd find at our main campuses. We have a library, food options, student life, and a career services department. We also like to mention USG only has transfer students, with most, but not all, coming from a Maryland community college. And we also only offer junior and senior years here at Shady Grove in all of our programs. Because we only have transfer students at USG, we really have an opportunity to focus on what transfer students need. My favorite example of this is the library during the fall and spring semester is open until about 2 or 3 a.m. in the morning because we know transfer students have so many things going on. They have families, they have work obligations, so we like to make sure that the services that you need are available to you when you need them. Another important thing to know about USG as a whole is that there are no repeat programs here among institutions. For example, since UMBC offers psychology at Shady Grove, none of the other schools are going to offer psychology here. So when you're thinking about joining the USG community, just keep in mind that each school is going to have a unique list of programs that they offer. Although the programs are different, one of the really cool things about being here at USG is that we have what we call course sharing opportunities. Since we share our spaces with other institutions, we give you all the opportunity to enroll in courses at other institutions. One example is of our UMBC social work students who often take some of the courses that are offered through College Park's criminal justice program. This material is really relevant to a student who might want to go into the correction systems as a social worker. So as you can see, we have some really cool opportunities that are here at UMBC Shady Grove, that our main campus students don't necessarily have the opportunity to do. Another really great feature of being here at USG is that we do have a specific USG scholarship pool that is just for students at Shady Grove. It is open to all students from all institutions, but it is only open to students at Shady Grove. We'll talk a little bit more about that later, but we want to point that out as something that is a nice perk to being a student here at the Shady Grove campus. So we've talked about Shady Grove as a whole, and now I'm going to focus on specifically UMBC at the universities at Shady Grove. One of the really important things that we like to make sure students understand is that if you enroll here at UMBC at Shady Grove, you are earning a true UMBC degree. There is no difference between the degree that you earn here at Shady Grove and the degree that our main campus students are earning. Your diploma is going to say University of Maryland, Baltimore County. There will be no indication on the diploma that courses were taken at Shady Grove. The curriculum we have here is a true UMBC curriculum. It is a true UMBC education. You'll also see us talk about ourselves as an honors university. And that's a lot of things that folks want to know, what does it mean specifically? Well, we firmly believe at UMBC, both at our main campus and here at Shady Grove, that undergraduate students should be given the opportunity to do research and internships. We feel that undergraduate students benefit from those kinds of applied learning opportunities. In most institutions, those opportunities are reserved for graduate students, but we believe that our undergraduates should also be participating in active learning and active research through their coursework here. We also like to mention our courses are offered during the day and are mostly in person on campus. If you're looking to physically be in the classroom with faculty and other students, this is the place for you. We do have also very small class sizes, which is a big difference between UMBC Shady Grove and our main campus. Our ratio is about 18 students per faculty member. Our faculty are also very accessible. If you walk down the aisle on any given day here at UMBC Wing at USG, you will see doors open and faculty and staff that are available to assist students and connect with them and talk to them about these great opportunities, such as internships and research opportunities. If you visit us, you will be sure to see that we really have a fun and accessible atmosphere here. I also like to mention the average age of the students here at UMBC Shady Grove is 28. We like to point out this particular statistic because we think it embodies the idea that we have plenty of students with a huge range of backgrounds and experiences, and we recognize that a lot of people are here at various points in their lives with different obligations. We do our best to try to make sure we work with each of you to make your education experience work for you. At UMBC Shady Grove, we have 6 bachelor degree programs. We have computer science, history, political science, psychology, social work, and Translational Life Science Technology, also known as TLST. I won't dive into any one particular program here, but feel free to contact me with any questions you may have, or visit one of our upcoming program director open houses, which will be listed later on. So what do we encourage our students to do prior to transferring? As I mentioned earlier, everyone here at USG is coming from somewhere else. We want to make sure you have at least about 45 credits completed. If you're coming from a Maryland community college, we would like you to have closer to 60 credits completed prior to transfer. We also encourage you to get your associate's degree. It's not required, but it is something that we encourage you to do because it could potentially help you get that job you're looking for while you're completing your bachelor's degree. Here at UMBC Shady Grove, it is really important that you have your lower level credits done because we only offer 300 and 400 level courses here. For example, we do not have Psych 100 or Political Science 101, but you do need them prior to taking the upper level courses offered here. This is another reason that I would strongly encourage you to come see me for an advising appointment, just to determine if you're ready and if you have the necessary credits to transfer. You may be asking yourself, what courses should I take while I'm enrolled in these 45 to 60 credits? We do have a list for each of the programs on our website and what we recommend prior to transferring for each program. For example, if you're interested in Translational Life Science Technology, click on the department page for TLST. On that page, there are a few different menu options. The suggested transfer pathways is one of them. Under that section, you will be able to find the list of courses that we recommend you complete prior to transferring to UMBC-Shady Grove. You'll notice on those lists, some of them have little stars next to them. Those are the courses that we strongly recommend you have prior to transfer. Those are the classes that once you get to UMBC-Shady Grove are going to be important in terms of prerequisites that you need to move on with us. The courses that don't have stars are courses that you will need to complete eventually in order to get a bachelor's degree with us at UMBC. This may or may not be critical prior to transfer. And again, if you come in for pre-transfer advisement, I can walk you through where you stand and what it is that's really important to take before you get here, or understand what you might be able to take and return to the community college for after you come to UMBC. So go ahead and schedule an appointment with me so we can talk about where you stand and if you're missing anything critical prior to transfer. A great resource for students who are coming from a 2-year Maryland community college is ArtSys, because you can figure out how your coursework transfers. Please don't try to do this on your own though. My whole role is to help you interpret what you're seeing in ArtSys and match that against your previous coursework. ArtSys is a great tool to look at, but don't try to power struggle through it on your own. Please come see me and I will help you figure out how to use ArtSys and how your previous coursework will transfer in. I also want to mention the maximum number of credits you can transfer from a community college is 60. If you're coming from a 4-year school, such as College Park or UMUC, the maximum number of credits is higher and is at 90. And again, when you and I sit down for a pre-transfer advising appointment, I can sort and help you through all of this and how many credits you can expect to transfer based on your coursework. Now I'm going to talk just briefly about our 2 transfer access programs, the first of which is TSA, the second R2R. The Transfer Student Alliance, also known as TSA, offers eligible students who intend to earn their bachelor's degree at UMBC the opportunity to benefit from joint programmatic efforts, shared resources, and other privileges while they're still enrolled at our partner institution. So if you have between 12 and 35 credits at your Maryland Community College and you have a minimum GPA of a 3.0 or higher, we encourage you to apply to TSA. The requirements for this program and to receive the benefits is going to be a completion of an associate's degree with a minimum cumulative 3.5 GPA, enrollment at UMBC within 1 year of completion of the associate's degree, and submitting a final transcript indicating an earned associate's degree from a Maryland community college. There are many benefits to joining this program, such as guaranteed transfer admission to UMBC-Shady Grove, an application fee waiver, and a merit scholarship. Other benefits include priority access to advising and orientation, as well as concurrent enrollment at a 25% tuition discount for one UMBC course per semester while you're still attending your community college. So, while you're still at your community college, go ahead and apply for TSA. If you have any questions about the program or requirements, please reach out to me and I'll be happy to send you more information. The information can also be found at www.umbc.edu/TSA. Our second transfer access program is R2R. R2R is a program that is specifically designed for students who are currently at Montgomery College who are interested in transferring to UMBC-Shady Grove. If you're an MC student and you have 12 to 36 credits and a minimum GPA of 2.0, you would be eligible to apply to R2R. RRR is a great way of connecting you to our campus and to our students here at UMBC-Shady Grove, while also streamlining the transfer process between our two institutions. The deadline for applying for fall is June 15th, and for spring, it is November 15th. Some of the benefits, in addition to receiving support through the transfer process and connecting you with our community, is an application fee waiver, priority advising, workshops, and graduation cords to wear at your UMBC graduation. So if you're an MC student and you're planning to transfer to UMBC at Shady Grove, we encourage you to apply to R2R. We'd love to have you and help you get connected prior to enrollment at UMBC-Shady Grove. If you want to apply or find more information, go to the link listed on the screen, www.umbc.edu/ShadyGrove/R2R. So right now I'm going to briefly cover the application deadlines. These deadlines do not change from year to year. So no matter what year you are viewing this video in, these dates are going to be applicable. If you're interested in fall admission, the priority deadline is March 1st and the final deadline is June 1st. For spring admission, the priority deadline is October 15th and the final deadline is December 1st. You might ask, why are there two deadlines? Well, the priority deadline is important to meet for full scholarship consideration. If you do not apply by that priority deadline, you will not be considered in the pool of students for an institutional merit-based scholarship. It's not a guarantee that you will receive one even if you meet the deadline, but the only way you'll be considered in that pool is by applying by that priority deadline. So try to get those applications in for fall by March 1st and for spring by October 15th. And make sure you're considered for those scholarships through UMBC. We will talk a little bit more about the USG scholarships pool in a minute, but for right now, I want to talk about the application process. We do have another how-to video that walks you through the Common App specifically, and that link to the video can be found in the description of this video. But really quick, I want to walk through some of the basics. UMBC does use the Common Application, also known as the Common App. The website is www.commonapp.org. It is a third-party website. It is not UMBC's website, so don't be surprised with that. Just like any other online system, you'll create an account first. Be sure that when you create an account, you identify yourself as a transfer applicant, not a freshman applicant. We want to make sure that you're being reviewed appropriately, so make sure if you're coming from another institution and you have more than 30 credits, you are considered a transfer student. After you create your account, the first thing you'll want to do is add University of Maryland, Baltimore County as your program, which is how Common App then characterizes the schools. You do have to spell it out. So when you're searching for your program or your institution, make sure you spell out University of Maryland, Baltimore County. Just to be clear, at this point, you're not going to necessarily see anything that indicates Shady Grove or our Catonsville campus. It's one application for all students on both campuses. There is a question later on under the questions tab in the program materials section, which is where you're indicating Shady Grove as your campus of interest. We like to make sure we point this out because it is a little bit confusing. In the application to UMBC, there is also a writing supplement that we require. This is also under the questions tab in the program materials section of the application. Additionally, we do not require letters of recommendation. If you have recommendation letters that are ready and you would like to submit them through the Common App, you are more than welcome to, but again, it is not required. There are many other questions in the application, but at this point, we're not going to go over any other specifics except for the residency questions, because this is going to ask about where you live and where your car is registered, to name a few specifics. Just make sure that you answer those questions as accurately as possible. because those questions will determine whether you're considered for in-state or out-of-state tuition. Once you finish all the questions in the Common App, we do ask you to submit a $75 application fee. If you are part of PTK, TSA, or R2R, which were the two transfer access programs I referred to earlier, you're eligible for a fee waiver. There are other waiver options based on different criteria that will be determined after answering questions throughout the application. But otherwise, if you're not eligible for any of those waiver options, it will be a $75 application fee. Again, we have a separate video that goes more in depth about the application process, so feel free to check that out when you're ready to apply. After you complete your common application and after you submit the fee, we do ask that you submit official transcripts from each and every college you've previously attended to our Office of Undergraduate Admissions. Their email address is admissions@umbc.edu, and their mailing address is UMBC Office of Undergraduate Admissions, 1000 Hilltop Circle, Baltimore, Maryland, 21250. Once your application is complete, meaning we've received your Common App and your transcripts from each school that you've attended, it generally takes about 4 to 6 weeks for the admissions office to review your application and let you know what your decision is. In the meantime, you should start to get emails from us about setting up an account, so please go ahead and do that when you receive those emails. You can also check your application status through this account during this time frame. Financial aid and scholarships. I promised we talked about a little bit about the USG scholarship, so I'm gonna discuss that now. As I mentioned earlier, we do have a scholarship pool that's specific to our Shady Grove students. Even if you don't know if you've been admitted or not to UMBC at Shady Grove, but you do intend on coming here, go ahead and apply and fill out these applications for the USG scholarships. You'll be put into the pool for the scholarships that they offer. There are dozens and dozens of scholarships that are given out through this one application. So it's really worthwhile to use your time to fill out this application. These scholarships are in addition to the UMBC merit-based scholarships you could be awarded if you apply by the priority deadlines mentioned earlier. A lot of our students also utilize the aid that comes through FAFSA. We provided UMBC's FAFSA code here. It is 002105. The priority deadline for FAFSA is February 14th. If you've been filling out FAFSA, go ahead and make sure you've added UMBC's code. If you have not been filling out FAFSA and you're eligible, it might be a good idea to explore whether or not FAFSA could be a good idea for you. As I mentioned earlier, we do have a lot of opportunities for you to come and visit us here at UMBC-Shady Grove, because we like to make sure you are aware of all the exciting things we have going on. One of our on-site opportunity allows prospective students to visit with our undergraduate program directors. This is a really great opportunity to connect with some of our faculty that you might be in class with and really get to know the person here who is in charge of the program you're interested in. Typically, we have 2 opportunities for you to come in and meet with the program directors every semester. If you visit our website here, umbc.edu/shadygrove/visit/PD, you'll be able to see all the dates and times and RSVP for those sessions. As we talked about earlier, I am also available for pre-transfer advising appointments to get into the nitty-gritty of what your situation is and what it is you need to do in order to be ready to transfer to UMBC-Shady Grove. So please use me as a resource. Thank you again for joining us today. We hope this information session was useful, and we hope to see you on campus soon and are excited to have you.